Don't. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. No, I haven't been kidnapped by the cabal, and I'm not being brainwashed by the MK Ultra. This is just my vacation color. I wanted to do this for a very long time. I was just waiting for the right moment, so to speak, and now the moment has arrived. I'm going on vacation very soon, so this is my happy vacation color. It's going to look good in the place where I'm going. So that's just a disclaimer for the beginning. Okay, let's focus on Yazhi and on this part of Yazhi video. This is a third part, and in this video I'm going to share with you recent conversations. It was several conversations that happened between June, July this year, updating certain elements within the first 2 episodes. So, like, you know, is she still refilling the cabinets, making repairs on the ship? Of course, not now. They're on Staviklea, but remember the video is from June, July, so they were still on Toleka. And very importantly, why isn't she getting older? Because yes, Yazhi, when she arrived, she was around 7 or so, even though she tried hard to appear older. But then it was decided she's around 7, and now she's kind of stuck at the age of 9. And no, she's not gone. Some of you misinterpreted what Raquel said in the previous part when he was saying, oh, now she's gone and she's missed. That conversation, remember, was from 2021, and it was referring to her going to the island. She was just retreating to the island, disappearing to the island. And perhaps I didn't make it clear, but that's what Raquel was referring to. Definitely, Yazhi is with us. She's still with us. Now, I have several comments here about this video and about Yazhi in general. In the last 2 videos, perhaps it was seen, and yes, I made it this way because that's how it was. Perhaps it was seen that, you know, I was like very open-minded when it comes to Yazhi, and some of the Taigetans were not so open-minded, even though they were trying. So yes, however, I don't want to make it look like, oh gosh, I was so open-minded and Taigetans were not, because it was very different for me not seeing Yazhi and not being with her day to day with all these different events and situations. It's different when you are just typing to someone. It's easy to say, oh, I'm open-minded and just teach me how to teleport. But when they had to deal with this daily, so it was a bit intense for them. And especially, remember, they are kind of closed in this steel can floating in space, as they say. So everything feels much more intense. So I do totally understand them. However, again, on the Yazhi side here, I was more close to Yazhi because she was my friend. I was talking to her, so she was explaining things to me and sharing her emotions. And on the Taigetan side, well, I had Anneka, pretty much, Raquel sometimes, and Dorkalel, but very rarely. But the rest of the crew, I don't know, because I wasn't speaking to them. So Yazhi was closer to me, so that's why it looked like I was taking Yazhi's side and protecting and defending her, because yes, I was taking her side. I was understanding her. But again, I don't want to make it look like I didn't understand Taigetans either. And especially, and I want to mention something here, especially after one of Yazhi's mischiefs. There was something that Yazhi has accomplished, has tried, has experimented with, has achieved, but this is something that is not for the public. This is just relating to their personal lives on the ship, but it was pretty heavy. It was pretty heavy to swallow, like to digest and process for everybody. So I understand that Yazhi sometimes pushes the limits, and she pushes the limits as to what she can do, and she always has good intentions. That's very important. For her, she lives in this different bubble of the reality where just there are different rules and different things, and she likes to explore that and stretch those realities. Well, and sometimes it seems like it's bumping against the limits of others' realities. So yes, sometimes it's pretty heavy. And this one specific thing that happened like I don't know, 2021. I was actually taking Tagetan side on that point, because it was really stretching. So I just want to say that, okay? I don't want to present here Yazhi, as this super saint kind of a person, and then Tagetans as, these narrow-minded people who didn't understand her or don't understand her. It's not necessarily like that. She is amazing and she is super cosmic. Of course, not a saint. There are no saints here, and no gods and goddesses. All that. That's nothing to do with us. But Tagetans also, have the right to want to put some limits to certain things. Now, on the flip side of this, and putting limits, and especially putting limits on Yazhi, unfortunately, because of all these different situations and also other personal situations that happened a few years ago, Yazhi kind of retreated, and she went into her shell. And you can actually see this even through my videos, through what I share in my channel, because Yazhi used to share so much. So many videos. By the way, if you are new, go to Metaphysics, especially the playlist Metaphysics on my channel, because there's just so many videos, super deep and metaphysical, all expressed and shared by Yazhi. But then, she was kind of being pushed into her shell more and more. And it's nobody's fault, really. It's just the way it went. She and whenever she wanted to talk about her abilities, for example, or express something, and she wanted to share, she wanted to show. Well, many times she was told that this is an ego. This is a big ego of a overgrown brain of this cosmic child, and so maybe it wasn't in those mean words, but definitely she was not encouraged to talk and to focus on herself, to talk about herself. You can actually see in this conversation that I will share that Yazhi herself is like refraining from saying more about herself, and I do feel she's refraining a lot still, and that's because the environment was that she should do that, and she should just refrain and not talk so much about herself, and like it's a Sophia's ego trip, which I did not, and I do not perceive it that way at all. I love when Yazhi talks about all these different things and how she perceives reality. So it's a bit of a shame that she went into that state, into that retreated state. I remember even Athena was coming and telling me, Gosha, Yazhi, we have to do something. She's like locked in her room all day. That was like a year ago or so. She's locked in her room. No one really knows what she's doing. She's just playing. She just went totally into the child mode. She kind of like put that wise ass, as she's called, mode on somewhere on a shelf, and then went into this toys world, which is of course understandable, but I wish she didn't put that other side of herself away, and she is, I feel. I miss her. I miss having these deep metaphysical conversations. I miss her talking about what she sees, how she psychically perceives things through the astral and in general. And I miss that part of her, because yes, she's a child. She's all into about toys, but she's also very deep and complex and mystical. And I wish she could open up again a little bit towards those areas of herself where we can just go exploring different metaphysical subjects like we used to. Because if you don't talk about, this is how I see this, if you do not talk about what you can do to the people who cannot do that yet, well then how are you going to teach them? How are you going to teach them to go beyond what's possible and what's real, and inspire them to explore within themselves? If I'm going to teach about levitation, for example, and I'm going to show that, you know, there is no body, there is no spoon, and we can cross these boundaries of physical limitations and levitate. Well, how can I actually do that if I don't talk about how I'm achieving it, how I arrived at that realization, how I was able to develop this? This is showing the path. This is showing the path to others. So talking about her abilities, for me, is not ego trip, is showing the others the potential, the possibilities, so they can learn, so they can teach, so she can inspire them to do the same and more. So Yazhi, if you are watching this, I really hope, I know you are very, very busy, very, very tired and drained. So of course I'm not saying come despite being tired and drained, but I just want you to know that I do miss you. I'm telling her here in the video. Of course, I'm telling her in the chat as well, but here in the video, through all of you witnessing that I do miss you. Do not hide. Do not be shy. Do not put yourself away. And I know that you're not, because I know what you're doing with the whole animation thing. So it's not like you are putting yourself away. You are actually doing a lot, doing everything, right? But what I'm speaking about here is, I just wish you could share more metaphysical subjects and thoughts. I would like to know more about that. So anyway, I have been rambling. I'm sorry, this has been like 12 minutes. But I feel it's important. This is Yazhi video. Who knows when next I will be talking about Yazhi again. So I want to get this off my chest and out of the way. Talking about Yazhi doing mischiefs and stuff, which actually is going to be seen more of a little bit in the next part, which is going to be anecdotes, okay? Anecdotes and different stories, different anecdotes around the ship. But talking about the mischiefs, in one of the videos that Mari did, it was light beings, videos on light beings. That video was actually in defense of Yazhi after one of the mischiefs that happened on the ship. As soon as I saw that video, I knew it was Mari talking to Taigetans about Yazhi. So if you want to see this video again, and now with a different light, she is referring to Yazhi. Of course, she's referring to all light beings in general, but in the perspective here of Yazhi Swaruu especially. Talking about Mari, okay, a few more comments and I'll let you go. Mari, Zva, and also Athena from Understand, but especially Mari, is actually the same as Sophia, Yazhi Swaruu. Just remember that. They have the same abilities. They are like two sides of the same coin. Yes, they can differ. Yes, they can argue. Yes, this and that. But in fact, they are the flip side of the same coin, and they have the same powers, the same potential, the same abilities. What makes them different is that they manage and they handle this differently. So Yazhi, especially when she arrived, she liked to talk about it. She liked to express it and be free and be very extrovert about it. And Mari is more introverted, so she manages this differently. She doesn't like to talk about it. Athena, in Athena's words, when she was describing all of them and them being different, is more stable. It's like this stable one. Then Mari, of course, is very strong and determined and stable, but she also has some age-related situations here and there, which is normal. And Yazhi doesn't have that, for example, but she has more child situations. Yazhi can eat a lot. Apparently, she is like a vacuum cleaner, as in Athena's words. She can, devour the whole box of cookies and nothing is going to happen. And Mari is more delicate. In Athena's words, that was cute. She said Mari is like a koala bear. Koala bear means that she can only eat specific items, so she's more sensitive. So that will be that. And then on the last note, there's going to be an expression, a word used by Yazhi in the video, t-shirts. She is referring to Taigetans as t-shirts. This is something that Yazhi and I have. We call Taigetans t-shirts. This actually started a few years ago when I was talking about clothes. Now, I do not remember exact context, but I was talking about how I would like Yazhi to show me examples of T-shirts, but I was referring Taigetan shirts because in short we just say T when we refer to Taigetan. So I said I would like to see some T-shirts, Taigetan shirts, and then as a joke I said, and I don't mean T-shirts. And since then, Yazhi picked that up, and now she is referring to Taigetans as t-shirts. I do as well. So this is what she means here when she says t-shirts. Again, check the playlist Metaphysical and Spiritual Topics. You'll see a lot of Yazhi's videos there. And now I'm going to leave you with a video, and then at the end of the video, I will see you for a little surprise. So stay tuned.
Originally in English, June 2024. Yazhi, you were sharing a few years ago how you felt misunderstood by your friends on Toleka when you arrived, how they were freaking out, how you didn't feel accepted. They never asked you about your powers, only speculating, and that was hurting you. How do you feel now? How do they treat you?
That hasn't changed much.
It hasn't? Did they start asking and learning about what you do?
No, they rather go into a careless attitude, where they gave up trying to educate me. So they leave me be, running wild around the ship all day long, with no schooling. They are too busy now to try to educate me. They were schooling Mari when she was like 13 and 14, but now she's 16, and she suddenly found herself in Alanim's chair and shoes.
Okay, so Mari's arrival also shifted their attention.
Almost as if it were planned, no?
Yes, okay. The issue was also that you wanted to be taken care of. Do they show that?
What's the point of being a kid if you are not taken care of?
Do you feel taken care of? What about being accepted?
More than before, yes. But they still see me as a weirdo. More because the Federation classified me as dangerous level, you can imagine. I am left alone most of the time. But they do take care of me, or attempt to do so, as they always want to know my whereabouts. But it's now very much as in the rest of the people here and me.
Rest of the people and you?
Yes.
You mean you feel the separation?
There is. But the t-shirts see me as separated because of the simple obvious fact that I am a kid and the only one around here. The other one grew up, bummer.
Okay. Yazhi, back in 2020, 2021, you were saying your powers were growing. We are in 2024 now. Where have you grown with regards to your abilities?
Everywhere. But I am concerned that talking about this may do more harm than good.
Why?
Because this is becoming like a Sophia ego trip.
Oh, stop it. This is a story about you, about who you are. In a great summary only, too. Learn from Urmas. Nothing wrong with the ego.
But those are cats.
We all should have a bit of an Urma inside. And I am the one making a video, Yazhi. I want it to be about you. Why do you hide so much?
Okay, well, I am more aware of everything that is going on multiple levels. I can see the physical world and understand what is moving it from the astral. Everything that is happening in the world of the living has its causes and a direct connection with the astral realms, higher and lower all the same. I can fully teleport using mind only, or only partially. I'm having a lot of fun with that, but it's very power draining.
You were experimenting with bringing objects with you back then. Can you now?
I can, but only what I can carry physically. I cannot teleport a car, for example. But I am sure those are only self-imposed limits I may be able to overcome sometime. I can project my mind through an organic portal, or overriding a person. I can talk through and as if I were, say, a Chinese old man in Chinatown who is talking like Yazhi and then does not remember anything. I did this experimentally only and with ethics.
Okay. And what's a partial teleportation?
Appearing like a half-material person, ergo a ghost. I can see the entities that are around certain people controlling or attempting to control them.
A ghost? Again, you want to try that with me? Or maybe you did, but I'm not aware.
I'd rather not do that. It's too invasive, and you are too influenced by me anyway, so that's no achievement.
Too invasive? I'm a perfect candidate to experiment with, because I'm not like some of your friends out there. I'm open to this and want to learn and experience things. By the way, appearing as random people and animals doesn't count.
Why not? I could appear as a freaking squirrel.
No, appear as you. If you are a squirrel, I won't know it's you, unless it talks.
I still cannot make it talk, no, as I must make it develop correct vocal cords and a better tongue and lips.
Then it will be useless. Okay, so what other ability has grown?
I can think as a collective through the ether, not through the physical. With that, influencing the entire collective to think as I want them to. This earned me the level 10 of 10 danger level for creatures of the Galactic Federation. I am honored. That's Ekatas level.
And what do you want them to think, the collective? What did you accomplish with that lately?
Influencing thousands and thousands of starseeds to move in coordination, as if they were talking. With this, helping to tip the scale in favor of a more harmonious and positive timeline.
But with what thoughts exactly do you influence? Coordinated in general towards the positive, or having a specific thought on a specific subject?
As they are complex thought and emotional patterns, they cannot be described with words accurately. Yet, it's the union of all the perceptions of starseeds who think alike and who want to generate a more positive world and timeline. They may not know each other, yet they are united through a sub-collective unconscious of all the people with the similar positive starseed vibration. Those thought patterns are variable and can include just about everything, like the way they face adversity and the way they keep their integrity. As I explained before, a starseed, by simply existing, can and does influence thousands of people. And they do so through this unconscious collective mind. The more conscious a starseed is and the more active, the more it influences that collective. I do the same.
How does this relate to their higher self? You coordinate this with their higher selves? Fuse with it?
Let's just say that I agree with the higher selves of the people who are in my vibration. I influence them through the collective unconscious where I also dwell. Higher self is more individualized, but the higher in frequency you go, the less individualized it becomes, as it starts to blend with Source, as in the end there is nothing but complete unity.
Sensing Yazhi is tired. Okay, you are tired now, aren't you?
I cannot control that yet. I must be focused in the physical to be able to manipulate computer keys. It's not difficult for me to go into the astral realms. Rather, it's difficult for me to concentrate in being in the physical world. It's like holding a cork underwater. I naturally want to go back into the astral.
My questions also don't do a good job with that. They take you out of the physical even more. In fact, someone in comments criticized me for that and said that my questions suck as they are very airy-fairy and they wanted to know practical things from you.
Want something practical? Talk to Senetre or to Zaikira. I am Yazhi. I am not practical. I am thought. And I am a walking bag of metaphysics that looks like a girl.
I would love to talk to Zaikira or Senetre.
I knew you would say that. Did you like today's talk?
Loved it.
Too Yazhi, for my taste.
No.
Everyone is supposed to be able to do all this. It's not about me in the end. It's about having no mental limits. Remove them and you fly.
Putting up emoticons of socks in the screen.
You know why socks? The truth why I wear no shoes most of the time?
'Cause they make you slide, and sliding is fun?
That as well, but there is something deeper.
They make you grounded.
Yes, I need to ground, or I burn my body with my mental energy. I was burning up 2 years ago until I started to go barefoot. Socks, when made of cotton, give my feet a minimum of protection. That's why.
Wouldn't the shoes do the same job?
No, too much isolation. So you now know, my socks are not just a fad. They are directly connected to my brain power and all the electricity it produces.
Why not totally barefoot?
Oh yes, that's the best, but zero protection. Socks give me a minimum. Not as good as Earth or a planet, but better than nothing.
But protection against what? It's a ship. No pebbles or stones. There is nothing sharp there.
There may be. The ship is large. There are things on the floor. And I also like the sliding. I wear socks whenever I am around the ship. And even boots if I am to go somewhere that requires them for protection. But not most of the time.
Another day. What about your island you used to retreat to? Do you still go there?
No, for a long time. And not since it was hit by a terrible monsoon or cyclone. It's still there though. And I'd like to go back now that you mention it. I could benefit from the recharging it would give me.
When you were there, Dor Kalel told us what he thought the reason was for you going there, and that the island is called Maria. What were you really doing there?
It's not exactly as in exactly at the other side of the pyramid, but it's close enough. Yes, it is. The name, it's okay to mention it, because people don't really know which little minuscule island I'm talking about. There are 6 islands there named Maria. Seriously. And all over French Polynesia. Swaruu named one of them in the past.
But is it a coincidence, the name?
No, no coincidence.
What do you mean she named it? So it's not the official name of the island?
It is, but many have alternative names there. I cannot know. The place is full of little islands.
And what were you doing there?
Energy point of the earth. Super strong node in ley lines. Whatever you think there goes all over the earth fast.
And did it?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. The Taigetans are challenging me while I'm writing here with you. They are talking to me in Italian and in Latin to see if I collapse. Now they added German. These guys are trolling me. I just told them to stop it. It's some kind of a vengeance.
Vengeance?
Because I troll them all the time.
Another day. Yazhi, about refilling Toleka's pantries before. You said, I am not replicating food, I am only relocating the dates inside the pantry, and I am using the damn tractor beam. Could you explain what you meant here by doing this with the tractor beam?
I used to go with my ship to another timeline, as it's done with people too, you know, when you bring more than one. And then, instead of people, I brought back food from there. The tractor beam was only not to go to those other pantries in person.
Why don't you do that anymore?
I was leaving others with no food there. That's simply why not.
Now I understand when I have things missing mysteriously at home. Okay, Aneka was telling us before that the ship was getting self-repaired too. You don't bring food anymore, but what about ship repairs? Do you still do that? Or is it too many repairs now to tend to?
Too many. That's the Saska and crew's job here now. As you know, the Saska 1, which used to be our supply ship, is now permanently in Earth's orbit, servicing the rest of the fleet as an auxiliary support vessel. They are repairing the Alcyone now.
Okay, so you stopped fixing a ship a while back. You were doing that manually? Secretly at night, or how?
Manually, because of my small size. But I used to force timelines with my mind too, so they are in line with not having problems. But I no longer do that because I am mentally exhausted, overtaxed. And yes, secretly as much as possible, but not anymore.
Okay, and do you still teleport through the ship? Your friends were sharing that you were seen in many places at once, etc. I know you were doing a lot of that to raise their curiosity, so they can learn from you, at least to ask you how you were doing that, but do you still do it just for you?
Yes, that does not change. Just for me, yes, all the time. Appearing in few places at once, I do that less, as it's mentally tiring and draining. Teleporting, yes, but I am careful not to teleport into the wrong bathroom.
Okay, what about Mari's room? She's on a different ship now. Can you teleport to see her?
When she was here, yes. Right now, no. I'd rather not, as I don't know the interior of the ship she's on well enough, and that is necessary to teleport there safely.
Another chat. Now, important question. Why aren't you getting older? Please share. Don't hesitate. I am missing the times when you used to share more intimate things more openly.
I don't want to grow, and I have full control over my body. Ergo, I do not grow. I am stuck at age 9. Not 10, nor 11. I'm always 9. And even the doctor can testify that my bones are congruent with a 9-year-old girl. But my mind has 2 speeds, 9-year-old mentality and cosmic wise ass. The latter means that my soul is very old.
Well, you used to grow a bit, then you stopped. Or perhaps it only seemed as if you were growing?
If I don't stop myself, I may grow a little. I am better off as a little girl. I don't like the adult world. And something else. I have a better connection to Source at this age. But it looks like I am wrong there, because Mari isn't losing psychic powers. Rather, she's gaining them.
And what don't you like about the adult world?
The loss of happiness.
I am happy?
I have too many ugly memories of being an adult. I was once a Swaruu 9. I think, or fear, if I grow up, I may turn out to be like her again. Like fighting a lot of lost causes and ending up being killed ugly. Stuff like that.
Wouldn't it be better then to even become a totally new person? Too many ugly memories attached to Swaruu line.
Sure, that's why people forget past lives. But I can't forget.
I see. And Yazhi, what is the ultimate purpose of you incarnating in the first place?
As I've said before, I'm not sure to be really alive in that sense.
Well, you are seen. You eat and play.
I manifested and continue to manifest my body. Yet, I was once born from a woman, but that was 3,300 years ago linear time, if such dates even exist.
But why continue to incarnate? Why not remain totally in the other side?
I have never left the other side.
Well, but why have a body? Why come and eat and talk to Gosha? Why talk to anyone? Why see things through physical eyes?
You always have a body. When you are on the other side as well, it only reflects your vibration as an image of who you are. And I can switch points of attention between those astral bodies, as they call them, and the one you call physical body. But they are all the same to me. This one is also my astral body.
Well, why incarnate in the so-called experience of the physical body in a 9-year-old container? Why not just be in the ethers, without form? Why have a form at all? Why come here and play and touch Legos and do anything you as Yazhi do? Why not be totally invisible to all of us?
Because it's not one body or the other. I can switch between them at will. That's why I teleport and go through walls. Every soul can do it and does it. Yet they are temporarily trapped in the illusion of the material world and all its apparent immutable laws of physics, which do not exist and do not apply in other existential densities.
Okay, I understand it's not this or that. But why not just be that? Meaning, never manifesting a physical container.
It's more fun to be all.
Fun? Are you here for fun? Or do you feel you can accomplish more being all, including the physical? What are you trying to accomplish being in the physical as well?
Because when you hold a multiple density, multiple existential realm existence, you find out that the lower ones are the ones that define the higher ones. By contrast, as number 10 cannot exist without the other 9 numbers that come before it. So, what you are perceiving of Yazhi is only the, say, step 5 of 10 Yazhis, meaning I am in all the 10 steps, densities. And I have no idea how many steps there are. I guess an infinite number. I only used 1 to 10 for illustrative purposes.
Why can't a 10 exist without experiencing itself as a 9? Or, in other words, by time not being linear, you already have experienced yourself as all numbers below. Why be here now? Why continue? All the other numbers below 10 already exist, somewhere, sometime. It doesn't have to be a physical Yazhi right now.
Because number 10 without the number 9 would be number 1. 10 cannot exist by itself, as any higher existential realm cannot exist without the lower ones.
But the number 9 already exists out there and within you. By the definition of you being 10, it must. Otherwise, you as 10 wouldn't be 10. So you don't have to incarnate. No need to perpetuate it now.
I don't have to, no. Yet, I already did. And with this mentality, as strange as it can be for many. And I am not perpetuating any of it. You are only perceiving when I was in that realm, but without forgetting where and at what level I am. You are just perceiving and talking to the part of Yazhi that once passed through the third density. I am not there. I live in a timeless space. It is you who is perceiving only that part of Yazhi. Same for nearly all the others on the ship, except for Mari. And you are also that part of yourself who is passing and once passed through the third density.
Once passed through the third density, I am not there. Wow, I love that and even grasp. Question remains, why did you pass once through this density?
To learn what it has to offer, as everyone else does. And because I cannot forget so easily, therefore I relive all the densities at once. And you can say that I came back to help others, as I know they are me too.
I understand. Funny you referred to yourself as Yazhi passing through 3D in the past. Is it the past for you in some way? You as a timeless space? Or was that just a form of expression?
Without that expression, I couldn't be able to pass the idea. And it is not only an expression. It is valid from one or another point of view, but not from another. You know that.
That was the video. Thank you very much, Yazhi, for these conversations. I really hope we can have more of them in the near future. And now, to end, a little personal video. Yes, something that happened that I'm thinking it could be one of Yazhi's mischiefs. Do you remember in the first episode of Yazhi series, Aneka was talking about how Yazhi climbed a tree and she left a red ribbon on top of the tree. And this is like, it was her way of marking it, that she was there. And this is how Taigetans knew. The t-shirts knew. No. It's okay. Let's not spread that term. Taigetans, this is how Taigetans knew that she was there. Well, few days. Okay, actually, I'm not gonna say what it is. You decide. You tell me what this was. Hi guys. Let me share with you something fun, something mysterious, maybe not, but in my mind it is. I am here on my walk with Bongo. This is like a forest, not too huge. I'm here all the time, over a year now, and I'm walking And you know how I just made a video about Yazhi last time where she put the red ribbon on top of the tree? And that's how she marked that she was there, and this is how they knew. Well, I'm walking, and along this main path, suddenly I'm starting to see this red ribbon that I have never seen before. Okay? And I continue to walk that way, and I see that they continue on, you know, this is not like a trail, this is just a one road, very easy. Why? There's no need to mark this. So right away I got the feeling, wow, this is like exactly like from the picture that I took of Yazhi and her ribbon on a tree. Doesn't it look similar? So I'm trying to walk to see around where else I can spot them. I even actually looked up, is Yazhi there? Is she climbing? Because this is like, in Taygeta she marked this on top of the tree, but here, of course, if she wanted to catch my attention, it would have to be, you know, on my eyes level. So, isn't it something mysterious? So I started to look around and I saw more of them. There's some of them there, but then I saw them going into the forest. So I'm thinking, wow, Yazhi. Maybe she's like marking the path. I need to follow this. So I already did this path in the morning. I didn't have any camera. So I grabbed Bongo, now I'm repeating the route, but let's follow those red ribbons. Well, let's follow the trail here of the red ribbons, which, by the way, like I'm telling you, there could be some matrix explanations for this, I don't doubt, but just a few days after I made the video, specifically with the red ribbons on the trees, there will always be matrix explanations, because the matrix always tries to lower down and explain away all these different things. It's just too coincidental for me. Let's see, where is another one? Okay, let's follow here. This, on top of it, it goes like in strange ways. Okay, now there's another one, like and I was here this morning and I was looking at the tree, up the trees, if Yazhi is there, and I was calling, Yazhi, are you here? Are you calling me? Okay, now where? That way or that way? I don't remember. I think it was, yeah, it was that way. Come on, Bongi, let's follow the red ribbon trail. It's getting a bit dark. My camera doesn't I make good videos at night. Yazhi, where are you? Are you playing with me? Where are you? Well, we just never know with this creature. She does all kinds of things. Some of the things are not even like for the public to know, or some things. And I'm just always paying attention. You just never know. This is very strange. Okay, Bongi, come on. Come, let's go. Let's follow. This forest is not very long, so it will end very soon, sometime. Okay. Well, actually, I did not reach that far in the morning, and I will tell you why. It's because out of nowhere, I was walking, following the red ribbons, and out of nowhere, the lady appeared. She was just walking there, in front of me, middle-aged, walking by herself, and she started talking to me in Finnish, something. I did not even look at her. I didn't say anything. I didn't ask. And I said, I don't speak Finnish. And she started speaking English without me asking, and she says, oh, you see these red ribbons? It's because we have a school activity tomorrow. Okay, Matrix. I did not ask for an explanation, but I see that you're already out here offering your excuses. But at this point, I kind of went back and I decided to come back with my camera. Here, people don't speak to you just like that in the middle of the forest. I mean, I didn't even look at her. I didn't ask her anything. And that's what she said. You see these red ribbons? Like, why is she telling me this? You know? It's very strange. Like, Matrix right away reacted, trying to squeeze my curiosity. Now, I'm not saying that this is not school activity. And I am also not saying that this is not Yazhi. It could be both, because many times it is both, that something originates on the other side of things, of this realm, and then it kind of, the explanation emerges from within this realm. Could be both, true. Many times it is so, and many times that's why people use these matrix explanations as a proof. Oh, you see, that person and that picture, that's not true because I found the real reason. And that's not how it is. So this is it. I share with you this path. Now this is the end. Now we are ending the path here. There's a person walking there also, yes, running. So this is it. Is this Yazhi? I don't know. But it definitely piqued my curiosity, and it definitely looks like something she would do. Bye bye, everybody. Thanks for joining me in this path through the forest. Bye. Take care. Okay, guys, this is another bye. This is another bye. I know I just said bye, but this is another bye. What do you think? Leave in the comments box. What do you think? Was this Yazhi? Was it Matrix? Was it me myself activating something within the Matrix? What do you think the explanation is for this? This was just unbelievable. Thank you, and I'm going to see you very soon after my vacation, or maybe I'll make one video during my vacation as well, because I am taking my computer with me after all. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.